Today on the channel from Latoonie in the Wrestling Giant series, we got a deep cut moment in time. Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Wrestling Giant series Latoonie unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got something way out of left field here. From the heart of WCW comes the Nature Boy Ric Flair promo edition. But of course, for all your Nature Boy Ric Flair Latoonie needs, probably better hit up the Latoonie website. But for everything else action figure related, hit up our friends over there at jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And you know by now we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to box it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this one, a deep, deep cut. We'll never forget him and Mean Gene in the ring in WCW Monday Night Nitro. And Ric Flair losing his mind, which happens every once in a while. To this day, Todd McFarlane, he still loses his mind from time to time. See him on Twitter. Follow him over there on the old X, of course. But Flair stripping down, showing his shoes, getting the money out. Just a wild man Ric Flair is what we got here. And like I said, very deep cut, a moment in time, one promo, but forever now in action figure form. And I think it's a smart move by Latoonie. Maybe there's other deeper cut Ric Flairs they could have done besides this one, but this is pretty memorable for all intents and purposes. And I don't think anybody else would ever attempt to make a figure like this. So it's all about taking chances every once in a while in business, and some chances being taken with this Nature Boy Ric Flair. As most people want maybe the suited Ric Flair or wrestling Ric Flair, maybe Ric Flair in his robe. This is totally out of left field, and I wouldn't be shocked to see more Ric Flairs in the future. We'll see what ends up happening, but would like to see some more Ric Flair in ring gear or possibly Ric Flair in a robe. I think would make sense if they do follow up on this one. But this one I do appreciate for what it is. I'm not sure how well it'll sell, but I do appreciate for what it is. Something totally different here. A little homage, Todd McFarlane to the LJN Grand Toys days with that black card in the background. You do get the poster down here. Nature Boy Ric Flair, black on the background. Just a guy without a shirt on. It's a weird figure for sure. This is the kind of figure where a friend or a family member that doesn't follow wrestling or something comes over and they come into your basement and you got to explain this. Well, maybe for me, I got to explain a little bit more than just this, but the average Joe, they got to explain, now, why do you have this exactly? What is this exactly? We know how it goes. Nature Boy on the back, nothing else going back here. If I was Latoonie, if I was in the driver's seat, I'd put some cross-sell action here. Show some of the other figures in the line. Make people go try to search out some other stuff. 18 and up, of course, Ric Flair is for 18 and up still to this day as well. Looking pretty good though, but we're going to get them out of the package. Always sturdy cardboard on these two, which I always do appreciate. But I'm going to try to get them out of here. I'm going to try to save the backing the best I can. Maybe. You got to give it a little turn and twist, kind of loosen it up a little bit. You got to loosen up. You don't want to go straight in. You don't want to go straight in all hardcore, I don't think. And then you find an entry point. Of course, front, back, any door you can find a hole into, you get yourself in there. And there you go. That's what I did. And I'm tearing it up a little bit more than I would like to, but that's the way it goes from time to time. Holy cow, we're losing stuff left and right. See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. We do got the poster here, which is just the carding. A nice homage to the LJNs once upon a time. We like that, of course. We do got a little backer there to protect it from the back of the cardboard. See you later, goodbye as well. And now we're getting down to business here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So first thing I noticed here, the money is not removable out of the hand, but the shoe is. The shoe is. So we got that going on. But let's dive into this. Fairly light figure. I don't know. I would say it's lighter than your traditional LJNs for sure. But it does have the look to it, at least. It's got the rubber type look here. But we're going to dive into Ric Flair. We're going to start with the head sculpt on this one, because why wouldn't we? 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. And he's got a bandage on the top of his head. He's been blading up there. Who knows what he's up to? A little shorter hair, Ric Flair almost looks like Little Nate, Charles Robinson in a lot of ways in the head sculpt here. I'm not sure if this is definitive Ric Flair as far as the sculpt goes. He looks a little bit younger during this time frame than he was. You know, he's obviously much older now in this day and age, but he looked older than he does here representing this. Like I said, it looks a little bit like Little Nate to me in the hairdo there. Got the black in the middle of the eyes. Got the big old push brooms up there. Big wide open mouth. Some nice white teeth going on. Interesting one. I mean, when I see this like this, I know it's Ric Flair, but if I just had the head, I'd be a little confused. Possibly. But the bandage is a nice touch up there as well, I will say. As you guys know, no articulation in these LJN, Big Rubber Guy, Latoonie Giant Series figures. There's no articulation with these. No shirt going on here, so no service at a lot of restaurants. Now, he does got all the bills in here, $100 bills, apparently throwing the money around. Got the Rolex on, looking very good. Got the gold ring as well, all sculpted into the figure. Pretty darn cool. And then you do got Ric Flair here with the open hand on this side. That'll hold the shoe, and I guess we'll dive into this shoe now. Made in Italy on the bottom, of course, looking very good. Now, I kind of wish this was sculpted in as well. I wonder why they sculpted in the money, but not the shoe. I wonder the reasoning for that, but he does hold that just fine here. I don't have any issues. As you can see, it holds in there pretty good from what I'm seeing. I don't think you can get much hardcore than that. Turn it upside down and stuff. Not a lot of playability with this one, though. I always talk about with these style of figures, if I was a kid, could I play with this one? This would be pretty controversial. A lot of people hated the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase figure once upon a time because he was holding the money, he was in the full suit. Have to imagine a lot of sentiments would be the same with this one as well. But I don't know anybody that's probably playing with these. I don't think any kid is getting this for their birthday to play with. This is a moment in time displayed on the shelf for somebody is what this one is. Ric Flair, a little bit flabby maybe here. Older Ric Flair once again, but looking okay. An old guy that's keeping in shape. Got a little bit of underwear poking out there, a little tidy whities. Got this black pants, a little baggier than I remember the pants, but I could be wrong on that. Got the other shoe down here on the left foot, the right one in his hand once again. And then he got the black sock here, so he was wearing his socks. Nature Boy never worried about what people thought about him in these promos, there's no doubt. So absolutely wild. Latoonie branding on the bottom of the foot as well. Besides that, it's kind of what you see is what you get with Ric Flair. This is a wild promo of a wild time. I remember just laughing so hard when this was going on, watching it live on Nitro back in the day. And I always loved Ric Flair. One of my favorite performers ever. Always loved it whenever he was in anything, really, basically. I love the Nature Boy. And a wild guy, there's no doubt about it. But man, an entertaining guy for sure. But we've had Ric Flair from Big Rubber Guys in a different promo, I guess. So promo attires, choose your own promo attire adventure. I'd have to imagine most people remember something more akin to this. But shout out to Latoonie for taking some chances, doing something totally different, something totally off the radar that nobody else was attempting to do. I appreciate deep cuts like that, but I do understand, too, it is a business at the end of the day. I don't know how many people will be wanting a deep cut Ric Flair like this, but it's all about taking chances. You never know what might catch on fire every once in a while. Some of the greatest ideas people thought were crazy, and you know how that goes. So very fun for what it is. A little lacking in the likeness a little bit more Charles Robinson to me here, but I do appreciate the attempt. I do appreciate the idea behind this one. Whether or not it sells like gangbusters, that's a whole different story. But Nature Boy Ric Flair Latoonie Giant Series, I believe available right now over at Latoonie. I'm sure they still got a few more in stock possibly, so be on the lookout over there if you do need to pick one of these up. But what's your thoughts on this, Nature Boy? Did you pick this one up? Did you add this one to your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. And I should say videos because we got 4 videos every single day between both my YouTube channels. Check them out if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe while you're here as well. Check out both of my books, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers and The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstar Series, both available by me over on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Check out Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available each and every Tuesday wherever videos or wherever podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. How about? Check it out if you haven't already, and you can get early access to everything I do between my channels and podcasts and all points in between over there on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. Support the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. So for the Nature Boy Ric Flair Wrestling Giant Series, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?